Alright, so we're ready for the second run here. Us Fun of Bingothon 2024. The Fred Hutch special. We kept this very hush. And here we are, all ready to play a wonderful game. Very popular during the early 2020s, called Among Us. Has anybody heard of this one, Kappa? But, alright then. Let's bring it over to Helen and Jackie of Fred Hutch to say more about this.
Apparently you have an echo.
I do? Huh?
Jackie, do
Chat
you want to
said
lead us
so.
off?
Yeah. Hi, can everyone hear me?
Yes.
I can hear
Perfect.
you.
Yeah, we can
Yeah,
hear you.
well, thanks so much for having us. My name is Jackie Monstream. I work on the philanthropy team at Fred Hutch with Helen here in Seattle. We're really excited to participate in this year's Winter Bingothon. We've been working with this group for, gosh, I think 4 years now, which is just crazy to think about. So it's going to be fun to play some Among Us today and chat a little bit more about Fred Hutch and the work that we're doing here. So I'll let Helen introduce herself as well. You want to go ahead, Helen?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. My name is Helen, she, her pronouns. I work at Fred Hutch with Jackie. In the philanthropy department right now, I work with our scientific content liaison team, which is a really fancy way of saying science education and community outreach. By training, I'm a genetic counselor, so I was doing that on the East Coast for a while. And before that, I worked in wet labs studying cardiomyocytes and fibroblasts, so heart muscle cells and muscle cells. And I'm just really excited to be here with y'all. I've already warned these lovely folks, and I will now warn everyone else that I am garbage with technology. I am horrible with games. Jackie was like, "Do you have your mouse set up?" And I was like, "I'm on a laptop, babe." So we'll see how this goes, but I'm super excited. I've never played before. So thank you all for having us and for featuring Fred Hutch like this. This is super fun.
Hey, thank you, Jackie and Helen. So for anyone who is not super familiar with Among Us in Bingothon, and especially everyone who's not familiar with it in the bingo context, because we have pretty much just spun this up, we've got a board with goals that have to do with various parts of Among Us, from anywhere ranging from completing tasks to solving emergencies or to different play styles of the game. We're pretty much just going to be playing Among Us and hoping that we come across some of these goals to an extent. It's up to players individually if they want to kind of try for something. There's some individual goals. There's some goals that require everyone to kind of work together. So we're going to kind of see how things go. Is everyone pretty much ready for us to start the first round here?
Am I allowed to give some unsolicited advice to the new players?
Oh my God, please.
So the first thing you want to do as soon as the round starts is press that emergency button.
Oh no!
Don't listen to him, Helen.
Bad advice. Bad advice right there.
This is authoritative.
CJ, I mean CD-ROM, you've been on Bingothon's Twitch for 10 minutes, and you've already dived into the realm of chaos. You're going to fit right in.
Rexy, what's my channel name?
Chaos Control Channel.
There you go.
There you go.
Oh my gosh.
You of all people should know by now I'm not above watching the world burn.
All right, there we go.
All right, I'm like 99% sure that was a joke, but 1% of me really wants to press that button now.
See? It works.
Look what you've done. All right, the emergency button calls an emergency meeting, and each player only gets to do it once per round, so use it wisely.
Reasonable.
On the realm of actual advice, you can press your tab key to give you a map of where the things are in this world.
Oh, that is fun. Thank you.
Yeah. So crewmate objective is to complete all the tasks and or vote out all of the imposters. Imposters are trying to kill us all. Pretty straightforward. It's like I'm trying to think of any of the other social deduction games.
Werewolf or Mafia or Secret Hitler.
Mafia, Werewolf, yeah. All of those very similar. If you've played any of them, you'll figure it out. But I think we're ready to roll. So we're all in a game already. So we're just gonna jump into it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Let's do this. I think I should be mindful of. Okay. I don't think this is. Oh my goodness! Everyone's just like already split.
Rexy, you're not muted.
I am not muted. You're absolutely right. Sorry.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no, not Pika.
Oh
Pika!
Oh no.
All right, so it
no.
begins.
So it begins.
Well, I just have one question for you.
Yes?
How could you betray Pika like that?
What do you mean?
Where was the body found?
It's in top right. Asteroids, whatever the room is called. The room with the
Weapons?
laser. It's like on the laser.
Wait, who found the body?
I
Yeah.
did. I found it.
Okay.
CJ found it.
Okay.
Okay.
I saw Pika down in communications, and
Yeah,
then I went to
Pika,
storage
Zet,
for my
and
task.
Floha and I were all down in communications, and then I left, and two of them stayed in communication. I think it was Zet and Floha. Is that right?
I don't
it
remember
I
exactly.
eventually left to storage because that's where I did the task.
I can
But anyway,
confirm finding Zet and CJ around Calmstruck 02. And then I ended up breaking away to do a nearby task, and all of a sudden the call for the dead body was done.
Yeah,
I
but
didn't really see any of y'all. I saw CD-ROM a little bit in the beginning, and then I was like, ooh, I don't want to follow you. What if you feel stressed? And so then I saw Jackie. But mostly I just did that game on like the left side where you like align the little dotted lines with the thing. I don't know, you're setting your course. And I did that game twice because it's in both engine rooms, I think. So I got nothing and saw nothing. And then I downloaded some files, which seems like a strange task. Is that really essential?
Everything's essential.
Operations.
I suppose.
You have 30 seconds.
Yeah, I am fairly confident that I saw Floha and Pika coming up behind me as I went up the ship on the right side, and then I saw a vent open in the distance, and Pika was dead.
Oh.
I was with
And-
Floha at the end, so I'm not sure. We were down in like storage communications.
Wait,
I
where
was
was
there too.
Rexy? Where did you say you were again?
I was in navigation, but since you mentioned the freaking
That's
vent, I have to
kinda
go with
close
this.
by.
Who voted for me?
Ah. Oh shit.
Ugh, I hate that wet noise it made. It was like, ugh.
Okay, so I found the dead body in storage, and I also found Jackie running around the dead body.
I honestly can't even argue that because I could not figure out how to kill someone. And it was kind of an accident. So I'm so sorry. I just blew up my spot.
I guess that's the round.
Oh, there's 2 imposters.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Yes, you can vote for me. That was so bad. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
Just in the future, frame the one who reports it. So you could have framed it on me, but
I
thank
know.
you for
I'm
admitting.
sorry. I just was stressed trying to figure out how to use my like my keys. I've only played on my phone before, so.
Well, that's a life forfeit on
Okay.
ignorance, folks.
Who are we waiting on a vote from?
Jack, yeah, there we go.
It's me. I voted for myself.
Delay the game, everybody!
Jackie, how could you?
I know. I can't believe I did that.
Oh, we don't see it. Oh.
Oh no, that's dead.
All right, where
What's on
at?
the body?
Reactor.
What was the last thing anyone saw?
No one.
Nothing. I did
I
the little leaf game,
don't
and
Actually,
then
think
the
I
I
little
found
saw
one
someone
either.
in storage. Who did I see in storage?
I think you probably saw me earlier. I was getting gas.
That seems to track. I don't know. I still don't like Floha here.
Wow.
I still think I saw Floha vent.
What did y'all do? Where'd you guys go this round? Like, what did folks do?
Let's see. I
I just went around like the right side of the ship and then the bottom, and like kind of a loop, doing a bunch of tasks.
I was also
I stood
like,
in electrical for a second, hoping an imposter would vent up in front of me.
I diverted power, got gas for another task, and then downloaded some files.
I was mostly like in the middle floor,
I took
basically
out some trash.
the middle hallway over there.
Trash is fun. Mm.
I don't know. I think we skip. I think we stay sus of Floha though.
Works for me.
Again, that's fine. I'm suspicious of all y'all because I don't know what I'm doing. So, all right. Feels reasonable.
Honestly, sus of everyone is kind of the way to go.
How do you skip voting?
The skip
There's a
button, the vote button.
left.
God, this is humbling. I just voted for myself to avoid being rude.
Well,
All right. I think it's Floha because I was watching the cameras and I saw Floha chasing CJ all over the place, and then shortly after CJ was dead.
I would say that feels real to me because I saw you for a little bit and you definitely could have killed me and you did not, which thank you. But I also feel like I saw CJ and then I thought it was you. But since you're dead now, I guess not. I guess you just went away and I couldn't follow you. So yeah, that checks out to me.
I mean, I
Floha,
did see CJ, but I'm like,
oh, you saw him all right. You were chasing him all over the map. You came up on 3 different cameras.
well, that's interesting, I guess.
Yeah, okay. I'm voting.
But yeah, I mean, why is it not you?
What do you mean, why is it not me? I was the one watching you. You self-reporting mother trucker.
Aloha. I am so
Right
sorry.
around.
I'm so sorry. I was the worst imposter ever. I need redemption.
What I was doing was trying to look for like a crowd that I thought I was safe around, but I guess I couldn't do the fuel decently enough.
What bingo goals
I told
have
you guys it was Floha from the very beginning.
And I trusted you, CJ, but
As soon as Floha started following me, I knew. I knew. So I knew CD was on cams, so I just led him in a circle around cams, and then tried to double back to get him to do it on camera.
Okay, also not to be that person who once again is useless. What the heck are cameras? What are these cameras? I'm just going around cleaning tennis balls and pizza out of things.
There's a couple of things that you can interact with across the maps that do various things. So, like on that map, there's a computer terminal where you can see cameras. For example, on the left side.
Okay.
Hang on, since Floha vented, according to CJ, does that mean we've got 2 squares to click here?
Oh yeah, that's true. We did get that one. Oh yeah. It's in front of crewmate. Good job, Floha. Floha's just going for bingo as fast as possible.
I don't think I got any on my end, but yeah, it's that's of course already filled.
I mean, anyone who contributed to an oxygen emergency gets the breathable air.
Nice. Well, folks,
I did that one.
Polster was going to say something?
Yes, hello. Well, first things first, I have a question from chat for you all. The question is, anyone playing, are you reading chat right now? Or in general?
No.
Well,
not during the game, no.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right. Very good.
I might need to take a second to change my so I just realized everyone's saying that my stream is behind. That's probably because I'm going through restream, so I could probably take a second to change this to just go to Twitch.
Amazing stuff. I also have a donation here if you want me to read it out.
Absolutely.
Heck yes. Well, we have a $10 donation from Boo saying, Bingothon is good. Fred Hutch is good. Cancer is bad. Donate to the good to beat the bad. Thank you very much, Boo. Thank you very much for those $10. We're now at 337, so keep those donations coming along so we can get some big numbers and raise money for a fantastic cause. All right,
remember,
folks,
you can also add them on top of an incentive as well. I mentioned the Archipelago Randomizer Meta Bingo, which is going to happen in a few hours, and Boo is running that one. Can we make it 5 games with the addition of Balatro? We need $150 added on top of that incentive to make that happen. I want to see those jokers. I want to see those jokers so much. Balatro is so good.
Yes, get those donations in, and we'll add Balatro to the stream. It's going to be great. It's going to be amazing. Well, not to the stream, but to that run. You get the idea. Anyway, back to you folks for the next game.
Thank you.
Who are we waiting on to rejoin? There's only 7 of us. Is it Rexy?
All right, I just went
No,
back
it's-
live, so.
It's CD-ROM, yeah.
Oh no, I'm in the game. I just.
No, there's only 7 people in the room.
Oh.
Did you not hit play again?
I
There we
forgot.
go.
Yeah, there we go. That's me.
All right. We'll play another round on this map to help people get acclimated again to the game, and then we'll
Thank you.
we'll
Thanks,
go to a
Jackie.
new map
Jackie,
and
how are you?
throw it all out the window.
Helen, you killed last round.
Yay. I spent more
Hey,
time
you
working
survived.
on space.
You survived.
All right, have fun.
Have fun.
Oh my gosh.
3 dead? What?
That's
no.
really bad.
What? 3?
Wait,
How is
I
that even
found
possible?
CD-ROM's body in electrical.
So I was just
I
with
have
Pika
no
and
idea where the
admin.
other 2 bodies are.
What the heck?
Pika was in admin like a few seconds or 20 seconds ago, and yeah, now it's
I
reported.
saw
that-
Helen doing gas.
Yeah,
I think
was doing
I think
gas.
I walked by one body in O2.
Oh my gosh.
Why didn't you
Gosh, I've
report
been
it?
over in reactor.
Why didn't I report it? Because I felt like I was being chased around. I didn't wanted to end up saving my own skin. It's difficult. It's like killers. I'm losing everything.
We could.
That sounds a little sus to me.
Yeah. How do you not?
That's what I
report
was
a
just
dead
thinking.
body?
It's a little odd that Rexy would say she walked by a body.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
why
sure
wouldn't
it's
you
not
just-
that CJ was in electricals as well, because who else would be in electricals?
I mean,
I was doing a task. I had wiring.
yeah.
Could
Maybe
be
I'm
a
bad at
reason
saying
why
why
you're in the
not-
task. Could be just
Okay.
you with.
So we're 5 people. So
we do
we
have
are.
to vote,
we have to vote.
Okay.
and we
I
have to
think
vote right or we
Rexy-
lose.
The fact that
Yeah.
Rexy did not report
Right.
is crazy.
And the fact
Sorry,
that
not
CJ
Rexy.
found something.
That's it.
It
I think
could
I'm
be a
gonna-
Why is the
self-report
fact
by
that I
CJ though.
found something crazy?
I'm sure CJ did the
Almost half of
self-report
the
in
crew is
electrical.
dead.
Why else would CJ do the report in electrical? Because
Okay, hang on. Let's think about this pragmatically. Why would an imposter who's 1 kill away self-report in this scenario?
Because you had 3 dead bodies and it's getting too hot.
Okay, wait. CJ, you were saying CJ was where? In electrical?
Electrical, because that's where I found the body.
10 seconds left.
Oh.
Boy.
Well, if we lose here,
Oh, you guys!
Ooh.
Well,
Did we run out of
Yes.
time on the emergency?
I
Is
think
that the win?
Yeah. Yeah, because I
Yes.
Imposters
killed.
got
Yeah. Wait,
that was a
Rexy,
good
I'm
kill.
so sorry for. I was like, I did not realize that it was you. But we won. Wait, I had my comeback, everyone.
Well, there was a comeback for you, Jackie. Always good.
A very good.
We got a square, guys. Imposters won by
Maybe-
emergency. I guess
nice.
I wasn't an imposter, but it counts.
Wait, maybe that was my strategy, blaming Rexy. I have no idea.
It is a legitimate strategy to do that if you
Yeah,
are like if they are sold.
It was unintentional.
All right, wait, Rexy, did you actually walk past a body?
I did actually walk past a body in O2, but you did see how I was playing in the first round. Like there was so many different groups of people. I was looking for a particular, group to feel safe just doing my tasks. That was the mentality that I had, and I thought I could just like keep up that idea.
Wow.
But it's whatever.
Did anyone suspect it was me?
When you walked when I passed you during the emergency, I had a feeling, but there was nothing I could do about it at that point.
Same. As like during the emergency, I was like, oh, it's definitely not CJ because they're also trying to be helpful. And then I was like, Jackie does not seem like they're trying to be helpful. So
Hey, I was fake trying to do something in one of the rooms. It wasn't electrical. I don't know where I was, but yeah, I was really trying to be fake productive. That was really fun.
A reminder to everybody that you can still do tasks when you're dead, so...
Absolutely, yeah. That's
Oh, really?
immediately what
I do like the task.
I thought you could just like hang around. I didn't realize you could do anything as a ghost.
Well, you
I think
can't do things like fix up anything like O2 or power or lights or anything like that, but you can at least finish your tasks when you're dead.
The only thing I thought you could do is because for the first round I could protect people, but not on the second one. It was kind of odd.
You got the Guardian Angel role for that round then.
It's only if you're the first kill of that round.
Yeah, you have to be the first person dead and get the roll, which is like a 50% roll or chance or something. I was the engineer this round, and I wanted to vent in front of someone to get the goal. But
what does it mean to be the engineer?
It gives crewmate the ability to vent.
Oh, that's cool. Wait, are we gonna play?
We're gonna go to the next one.
I was a tracker this round. I've never seen that.
Can someone refresh my stream on the Twitch? I restarted again because I realized my low latency mode was off.
Also, I'm pretty sure we can mark up imposters win with kills because it wasn't win by emergency.
Wasn't it?
No,
I killed
no one hit the
someone
emergency.
at the end. I killed someone at the end, but I think it could have been. Yeah.
I think it was emergency time, or was it kills?
Yeah, because there was still two people, and I think there was still too many people alive.
Yeah, because there were still 3 people alive, right?
Yeah, and I only killed 1, so there would have been 2 left besides me.
Oh, I uploaded data.
This is such a cute little bingo thing. Guys, the thing about bad technology is that I'm really easily impressed, so I'm charmed.
I'm gonna point this. Oh, I just realized we're playing on a different map. I don't know if I rarely play on different maps in this game, so I don't know if there's a scan in this world.
I think there is a scan in Polis.
Okay, so if scanning is usually in the med bay or wherever it is on the other world, it's kind of like the little thing where someone stands on the pad and there's like a green thing over them. That's a dead indication that what you're looking at is a crewmate if you see that happening, so call it out.
That makes sense. It tells you your blood type, and what's hilarious is that it's a game, but I was like, that's not my blood type, which, like, dead ass, of course it's not your blood type, but I was like,
alrighty.
Wrong.
Well, it is now.
92 pounds, but, you know.
The scan doesn't lie. Alright, new map.
That's
Here we go. Good luck,
Helen.
everyone.
Let's go.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Woo!
Alright, if I still have low latency after this, I'm switching to OBS. Or high latency, rather.
Are we in a different map?
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
different map.
Oh, okay, I see. I was like, what the heck? My gosh, it's... I don't think I've seen another person in a while. It's everyone.
Hold up, you guys. I saw Rexy by that body.
Well, Rexy was the one who reported it, so.
Damn it!
That kind of trash.
I thought I reported it. Man, oh, sorry, I swore again. Oh, Jackie, I'm so bad.
Yeah, I literally ended up in communications, saw that body, it did not look fresh, it was already flopped by the time I went in. I was there for a task and I was just like, I had to report it right there and then.
All right, well, now I don't think it's Rexy anymore. I was like, that's so fun. I caught her right as they did the killing. Wow. Okay, well, I goofed.
So, you found them in communications. Who?
Wow.
Who did you report? It's both of the organizers, by the way. No! How do we
Again,
do
wasn't this
Bingothon
the
up?
same thing last one?
Oh, we're two
Anyway.
people. Man.
Do we have any idea where the other body was? Who got report? Whose body was this? Was it Loa, I think?
I was the one seeing
I
Flowhouse
think
body. It's Pika
okay.
that we're missing.
Has anyone seen Pika this whole round?
Pika had been wandering in and around the map, but because of all the lights, I just couldn't see where he was going.
Who fixed lights this most recent time?
I did.
Did someone? Okay, I would say, did someone
I just
fix it
followed
before?
Because I went outside and I was like, "Ooh, she dark," and then I went to the little flashing. I followed the little red arrow, and it had me align some little thingies, the little red levers, which I think is lights.
That is, in fact, light.
Ah, nice. Learn something new every day. Okay, I got nothing because I saw everyone running around a bit, but nothing sus.
The map is so
yeah,
big.
I feel like I really didn't see anyone this round.
But I've been seeing Zet mostly wander alone, and that's made me feel very scared, especially with the white suits. So
No, I'm sorry you feel that way, but the map is also very big, and
This is a very big
just
map.
as scared as you, probably.
I'm gonna skip for now because I don't suspect anyone.
I'm gonna have to do the same.
Ooh, the lava's fun.
Oh, I hate the lights out.
Welp.
Damn
Oh,
it, Stitch! Also, how do you do
That was such a...
How do you do that
What?
light puzzle again? I couldn't figure out how to do the commands for it.
Okay, I don't
What's
like
the
that
puzzle?
map. That map is weird and hard.
Yeah.
And it's definitely a tricky map.
I literally
I
I could not figure out where I was and like how to move anywhere. So wow.
I like the snow.
I hate being imposter so much, and I did a very
You
bad
did,
job.
we did good, Zach.
I tried to go for the shape-shifting frame bingo card, but unfortunately the map was too big
Oh
for that.
dang.
CJ,
We'll
you
do
were an
a-
excellent imposter.
What?
You were an excellent imposter. Good job. I was very
I
surprised.
played
by that.
too
Like,
too
damn,
much
well
of
done.
this game, I think. I have like 120 hours in this game on Steam.
oh wow, pro.
Exactly, you're the pro among us.
I think it's a good.
I hate lying so much. It's scary. Yeah,
Very good.
It's scary.
I was very
That means
impressed.
you're a good person.
a very bad imposter though.
Yeah. Hey, nothing will be as bad as my first round.
The
Just
weather nodes
remember that.
again. I couldn't figure out the controls for that.
I
You
did
drag
not,
it for the weather node.
did not like that.
Do
don't
hosts
think I
want to
saw
come in
So
with any
missing.
donations or a blurb or something in between
Um,
games here?
Yes.
Oh, I think we definitely can. You ready, Polister?
Yes. I have a little few things to read out here. First off, let's talk a little bit about the charity we're raising money for, Fred Hutch. So, Fred Hutch researchers were one of the major pioneers in the development of the bone marrow transplant, one of the most important medical advances in cancer treatment that has saved the lives of hundreds of thousands of patients around the world. Their Nobel Prize-winning bone marrow transplants have boosted survival rates from nearly 0 to 90% for certain types of leukemia. Any physician who has performed one was either trained there or trained by someone who trained there. So, amazing stuff right there. If you want to donate for such an amazing cause, ! Donate in chat, or wherever you find your links for your donation pages. Don't forget to put your donations towards our lovely incentives, because met incentives means more Bingothon, and what's not to love about that? Back to you, folks.
Did you say training, trains, what?
Oh no.
Oh god damn it.
Oh,
No.
Rob. Where's Rob?
Wait, you mean you don't need to
And
train those?
My pronunciation was perfect, and there was nothing to flaw about it.
Thank you for the little Fred Hutch intro. I love that sound. And yeah, thank you everyone who's donated so far. This is Jackie from Fred Hutch. And every donation really does make a difference. So even if you can only give a couple bucks, $5, that still goes a really long way. I think $5 supplies like around 100 test tubes to help our scientists do their life-saving research. So thank you all for supporting. You're going to hear a little bit more from Helen and I later and dig in to the science a bit more after we stop playing, so we can focus.
I do think that, like, I will just like chime in super fast because I love that you highlighted the bone marrow transplant. Bone marrow transplants often also like referred to as like hematopoietic stem cell transplants are such a crucial development in the world of immunology. They're kind of what kicked off the field of immunology, which is the study of our immune system and the ways that we can use our immune system to fight and to treat cancer. And like something that just blows my mind about this really fundamental piece of technology or medical innovation, whatever term you want to use, is that we started using this in like I want to say 1981 or something. Fred Hutch, we opened our doors in 1975, so we're only 50 years old. So this technology is still pretty new, and the fact that in the last 50 years we've been able to increase the survival rate for leukemia and other hematologic or blood disorders from 0 to over 90%, like that's amazing. Like that just never ceases to astound me, because 50 years is really not that much time, So I just think it's crazy.
Awesome. Amazing stuff. Yeah.
Great. All right, thank you guys, and we've changed maps again, so good luck everyone.
Oh boy.
Enjoy it.
I hope it's better than the last one. Okay.
Hopefully it will be. So
I'll hold it
let's
against you if it's not. Just kidding.
Alright, good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck, have fun.
LOL, Jackie. Hearing your gasp
Okay.
was so
What happened?
Oh my gosh, I forgot that I'm not muted.
Okay, so during the what was the first event with the arrows? Because I saw
Was it light?
Pika and Heloni perform on the machines the thing that they're supposed to do, and I don't know if an imposter can participate in
Imposters
those.
can.
They can? Oh, okay.
They can solve emergencies.
Dang it.
Okay, well, Floa was found up by greenhouse and admin, kind of in the hallway. I saw the kill, but I didn't see who did it. Like, I only saw the blood from afar.
No.
Yeah. So
Was it
I
near
actually,
the reactor where there was the emergency?
I don't know.
No.
It was up in admin area.
If it was by greenhouse admin, then not really.
No, I don't think so. It wasn't,
Oh.
it wasn't reacting at all or sabotaging it.
Because I heard the sound of the kill. But
from the noisemaker.
What does that cause? What causes that, by the way? Like
It's
that
a roll. It's the noisemaker roll.
It's the noisemaker roll. I heard the squeaky noise from the greenhouse, then all the way at the other side.
Because I've been hearing that all game, and like it's been a while since I played this, so I just didn't know.
Who was in reactor with me? It was Pika, and there was one other, right?
So
I was also in reactor.
Not directly in the reactor, but I did see Rexy around the area as well.
Rexy is in laboratory.
I saw CJ in medbay, and thank goodness that we were both safe around each other well.
Yeah, Rexy
I
and I
also
both.
still have the medbay task open if somebody wants to check my legitimacy.
Okay, so wait, so hang on. So it seems like it's not me, Rexy, Pika, or Zed who did this kill.
And it would have had to be like they would have had to be not in any of the bottom areas. Like they would have had to be kind of close to office and admin because I caught it right away.
I have no idea who it is.
Who do we vote for?
I just did the.
Only 3 people voted.
I didn't have time.
No one really had time. We were just busy discussing. Let's keep going.
Sorry. I'll do better. Oh my gosh.
The gasp. Oh no!
So good.
CJ!
Where at?
Well, that's
Cafeteria. The body was not fresh when I saw it.
Oh no.
Where was it?
Cafeteria. Body not fresh.
Okay.
Is that like a game thing or is that like a bit thing? Like, is it actually not fresh?
It is a game thing. When the body is fresh, the body is standing up. And when it's not fresh, it's collapsed on the floor.
Oh my gosh, it's an actual thing. Whoa.
Okay. Well, Heloni and Pika we were all in the reactor room for the past, like, trying to fix the thing for the past, like, 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So it depends on when if the
depends
kill
on when,
was not fresh, it could have happened before the emergency happened.
Yeah. Oh my god.
The little guy, Zet, you were also there.
Yeah, I was performing the left
Maybe
hand
Speedy.
task to
Speedy
solve the
Ron
emergency.
might be kind of sus.
Why?
Because you weren't in the room with us. It depends how not fresh the body was.
In my defense, I don't know this map very well. I play primarily on the Skeld.
I do admit, I did spend a lot of time in the greenhouse just by accident. I was just like, I got distracted admiring the little plants, being like, I wonder what kind of plant that is. And I was like, Helen, stop, focus to your task.
No, I was at the greenhouse when the
God.
previous one was called. CD-ROM wasn't there. If he was, we probably would have been very unsafe out there. I do not trust CD-ROM in this map.
Okay, I'm voting for... Yep. Who voted for me? Wait. Oh my god. Oh man. No.
No, Pika.
Vika! No! The body was not fresh, y'all.
Okay, we are 4 people left. So that means CD-ROM must have been the imposter, because otherwise we would have left. We would have lost now.
We would have done, yeah.
Okay.
Heloni
Okay,
and I
wait,
were
so I was right.
So here's the thing. Heloni and I were heading into the greenhouse.
Yeah.
And if Jack was the one reporting and Zet was the one questioning things, I'm starting to get very sus of Jack all of a sudden.
Reported.
Jackie.
Oh my gosh, no way. Zet
I
is
love
definitely.
But I agree that you seem a little sus.
Wait, for reporting a dead body? How is that sus? And it was not fresh.
The last round, first of all, the freshness of the body, which again is just like a funny stat to me. The freshness of the body has nothing to do with your innocence, babe. And also, the fact that like you threw your teammate under the bus last time. Like, I don't know this game, but I'm just feeling like maybe you would report the body.
Are you bringing in my past? You're bringing in my past gameplay to this game? I thought I had a fresh start.
Now, on right there. CD-ROM said that he does not know this map very well. That did not excuse him from being an imposter. By that logic, Jackie, I'm sure that you're not getting off lightly either.
I can't believe this is happening.
I still have my body scan task open if somebody wants the proof.
Okay, I think Rexy, I don't know. Something's going on with Heloni and Rexy. Like, Helen.
If there's something going on with both me and Heloni, the match would have been over by now. And even if that was the
Wait,
case,
Helen.
I would have murdered Heloni on the way to the greenhouse. So that is
Wait,
certainly
Helen,
not right.
how long were you up with? Okay, I think it's Zet then, because there's no way. I've been doing all the little electrical tasks. I just did the little rock one where you like zap them.
I was just on the launch pad, and as I said, if you trust me now, I can go with the medical to you, and you can.
We
If
gotta
I
vote,
can't
y'all.
scan, we can do an emergency
I'm
meeting.
sorry. I love you. I'm sorry.
I can't believe you're doing this to me. Yeah, you thought.
Dang it.
Helen!
Ayo!
Oh my god, Helen!
You're good at framing.
What?
I thought it was you, Zet. I'm not
Oh
gonna
my God.
lie.
I was starting to suspect Zed as well. Oh my days.
Rexy!
I was watching Doors, and I thought Zet vented.
Oh
And so
my
so I was camping the button during emergency to call a meeting, and
I was
then
ready to
CD
camp.
just stuck up behind me and killed me.
Oh no.
Look, I was ready to hit emergency, but as soon as the crisis was felt, I was like, oh, this is not gonna go well for us.
Not well.
All right.
Yeah, I actually think we should probably move.
More game.
One more game?
Well,
Okay.
Officially speaking, the next run is meant to start in 20 minutes.
Yeah, I would actually maybe start more of our conversation now, just because we have a little bit more of a hard stop around 11-ish. So in like 25 minutes, depending on how quick the round goes.
Yeah, so
We haven't got a single bingo yet.
Oh. What do we need?
Crew wins with no meetings called.
Whoa.
That's hard.
Or engineer voted out for venting. We just
We
need a
gotta
round
hope-
with an engineer.
We just need to hope that someone gets to be the engineer.
I would maybe a way for someone to end up sabotaging
Actually,
roadblocks and
I
get
mean,
someone stuck.
we can make it so that someone is the engineer, because I can just make it a 100% chance that there's an engineer.
Oh, great.
Wow.
You could just also make everyone an engineer.
Lol.
That's so true. We're all engineers.
We're all engineers, we're all venting, and somebody gets voted out.
Oh my god, my
Steadily votes out the actual imposter.
Guys, trust me, it's okay. I'm an engineer.
Alright, we have 10 engineers. Let's go. Let's get this bingo.
Yes.
All right, let's do a quick one.
Just like move the goalpost.
Oh, here we go now.
Do we know if it's an engineer? Because it could have been an imposter that we voted out.
No, you don't. But we have to go on honor system.
Oh, I'm an engineer.
Oh my
we're all
god, me
engineers.
too.
It's so funny because like when it says you're an engineer, I love that it gives you your little like you can use vents.
Oh, I have to wait 30
Let's do
seconds.
your task.
Oh yeah, I was like, wait, why isn't it working?
Oh my god, guys, this was one vent.
Oh my god. Someone call a meeting. I saw someone vent.
I saw CJ
Oh, no.
vent.
Oh,
That was insane. Oh my
There's an
god.
Even 5 seconds and we've already got a vent.
Dang.
Wow, I see how it is.
Oh
Well,
my
not
god.
CJ vent.
The question is CJ an imposter or an engineer?
Both.
Oh, that's a big question.
Yes, how about both? Everybody is
Yes.
an engineer on this map.
I don't
Alright.
think the imposter can be an engineer.
That's what the imposter would say.
Who actually killed Jackie?
Yeah, wait, what? How did that happen so fast?
That was so, I feel so. I'm
Oh, no.
dying.
Oh no!
CJ was
An engineer was voted out.
Hey!
Bingo!
Bingo!
That's
Yay!
All right, I think that's where we're gonna call it for this segment, though. So we can move on to the intermission and then have our Q&A, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you want to call it like that.
So I've called this meeting to order because I just wanted to say how much fun I'm having with all of you.
Oh,
Oh, thank you.
how do we
Great
quit
stuff.
the game?
You
You
just
don't.
quit the game.
Leave game.
Yeah, we
Okay.
can just leave game. We're done.
Take care.
It is Alt F4 work.
Alt F4.
That was really fun. Thanks all
I
for
did. Alt
playing.
F4 did work.
Yeah, thank you for the fun game. It was lots of fun.
Yeah, Helen and I both won, so 1 round, so I'm pretty happy about that.
Everyone played pretty well, I feel like.
Yeah, once I got the hang of it.
So I'm gonna head out. Have a good interview, and well, we see
Alright.
each other at
See ya.
the rest of the event.
Thank
Alright.
you
Yep.
so
All right.
much.
So if our hosts would take us off properly.
I mean, I would, but I ended up losing the donation processor, but I got it back. It's good. Alright, Polister, are you around? If not, then I could end up taking the lead on this one.
No,
But,
I'm not around. Hi.
Of course you're not. Alright then, I see what you did there. But yes,
Sorry
thank you
about
very
that.
much. Thank you very much to the Fred Hutch people right there for the Fred Hutch special. That Among Us session. That had been, you know, so hyped to see so many of our volunteers end up coming together, playing a game, and seeing some amazing things being spread about the charity. And by the way, did you know that my gosh, did you know that they have earned a global reputation for their track record of discoveries in cancer, infectious disease, and basic research, including important advances in bone marrow transportation, HIV/AIDS protection, immunotherapy, and COVID-19 vaccines? Well, if you don't, now you do. So make sure to end up checking out their stuff. Go Google search them and see what else they also have been doing. So, go for it.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Helen.
Fred Hutch Cancer Center and University of Washington bring together the largest group of prostate cancer researchers in the world, all united to try to diagnose this disease earlier and cure it.
One of the things that's becoming abundantly clear is that prostate cancer is not just one disease. If you dissect a tumor, one cell sitting next to a second cell might be very different in terms of the proteins on the cell surface, the molecular changes, the DNA of the cancer that makes it tick. And so trying to sort of fold all of that information into new treatment strategies is the challenge that we're faced with today.
So we in the prostate program have a three-pronged approach. One is to improve the diagnosis with earlier tests, to tailor treatments with a precise methods with genomics, and then also to improve risk assessment and maybe even prevent prostate cancer.
And it's been extraordinarily exciting to see the changes that have happened over the years that I've been doing this. The field has advanced quite a bit.
Yeah, good.
Our team of researchers at the Fred Hutch Cancer Center are taking a team science approach. All these disciplines coming together to really speed up the pace of discovery, speed up the pace of new research, and hopefully speed up the pace of better care of our cancer patients. So we're improving diagnostics on a few different levels. One is blood tests and non-invasive tests, but we're also looking at diagnostics such as imaging.
Developing therapies that are low side effect profile but have the potential to suppress all the key resistance mechanisms, all the biology that drives that cancer cell is something that we're very optimistic about, and that's stuff we're working on every day.
So if we can understand or identify the risk of prostate cancer, then we can screen more attentively, we can get them on clinical trials, we can engage them, we can give them a reason to get tested.
Donor support is more important than ever right now because it does allow us to have greater research endeavors than we would have previously.
These are the types of funds that we use to really move forward high risk, high reward studies that are going to help us to understand where the field's going.
We hope 5 years from now we'll be able to diagnose patients earlier, and then not only that, when we treat them something precise just to them to cure their cancer. And with your help, we'll conquer this.
We had an interesting question from Proazek there on if a monorail is a train.
It's out of the park. I guess, yeah, that is, I mean, she hit the ball.
We didn't say it was a valid hit, alright?
Google says that they are different.
I mean, if we literally follow what the doc says, I guess a monorail is not a train. Friendly fire on an ally NPC and sell clothes from Typhon.
Yeah, he was beating up Santa Claus and then he got naked, as you do. I mean, it's just a standard Thursday night for Typhon.
Is a tram a train? Probably.
Let me deal with one thing at a time. Can't believe I'm literally just having to Google what is a train.
3,000 years later. Oh my god, is Prozac still loading?
It does seem to be that, yeah.
Oh my god, they put a bone in their hand and
oh my god, that's
amazing! The goal sheet says you must hit someone with a vehicle and they must be defeated.
I think these requirements are given in this case.
Alright. A series of railroad cars moved as a unit by a locomotive or by integral motor. Wow, that was so unhelpful.
I've got a bingo board in space.
Oh boy.
Well, we got yeeted out the car!
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your reminder to always wear your seatbelt on the moving vehicle.
Especially while you're trying to destroy your car.
God damn it! Alright, I'm leaving. I can't be in this match anymore because I just realized that ride a train's on the board.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to Bingothon Winter 2024. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little Among Us segment that we just had. I think all of us here had a lot of fun with it. So before we move on to our next run, so you guys during this Among Us run got introduced to a wonderful reps here from Fred Hutch, Jackie and Helen. And so just for the time that we have, we wanted to go through asking some nice questions to them, and really, it's the opportunity to learn more about the wonderful work that's done at Fred Hutch, and see where your donations are going. So just before we get started, I know most people probably already got the introduction via the Among Us run, but in case anyone just tuned in, would you guys like to introduce yourselves?
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having us. It was really fun to play Among Us. We were just talking about that. My name is Jackie Monstream. I use she, her pronouns. And I am a community fundraising manager on the philanthropy team at Fred Hutch. I've been at Fred Hutch almost 6 years now, which is really exciting. And I lead our Stream for Fred Hutch program. So really my role is to connect with different types of communities who want to fundraise for Fred Hutch on our behalf. And so the streaming community, the gaming community happens to be one of those communities. And Bingothon has just been a great partner to us ever since 2020 and your interest in our COVID research that we were doing. And it's really morphed into an overall support of our cancer and other infectious disease research. So, you know, I know that there's been a few introductions to Fred Hutch, but just a little bit of a refresher. We are a comprehensive cancer center based in Seattle, Washington, on the west coast of the US, for some that may not be in the States. And comprehensive means that we treat patients, but we also conduct research at the same time. So we do both, which is really awesome. We were founded in 1975, and we're actually named after a former baseball player whose name was Fred Hutchinson. And he unfortunately passed away from lung cancer at a young age, and his brother was a doctor named Bill Hutchinson who established the Cancer Center in his name in 1975. So really our mission and our start was built on, brotherly love and that family aspect of it, which ties into a lot of what we do today. I know that, I think it was Pika that mentioned, we pioneered the bone marrow transplant, which, has been used to save thousands and millions of lives now, which is incredible, which has also led to stem cell transplantation. We have three researchers who've won Nobel Prizes, which we're super proud of. And we actually will be celebrating our 50th anniversary next year, which, is just huge overall. And so we just have some really exciting things coming. And yeah, we're just really excited to be here today. Helen, is going to talk a bit more about specific research that's going on and some of the cool things that we're getting up to at Fred Hutch and involved with. So I will let her introduce herself now.
Yeah, Jackie, that was glorious. It's always hard to follow Fred Hutch's bio, which is so much more impressive and exhaustive than mine. But so lucky to be a part of that team now. I started at Fred Hutch a few months ago as their newest scientific content liaison, which is a position focused on science education and outreach. My previous experience before coming to Fred Hutch was in genetic counseling on the East Coast. So for folks who don't know, genetic counseling is a form of healthcare where we help folks understand their own genetic information and use that information to empower them to make decisions for themselves and their families. And before genetic counseling, I worked in a wet lab. So I was a researcher studying cardiomyocytes and fibroblasts for heart muscle cells and muscle cells. So yeah, really excited to sort of be here and be working with all of these amazing scientists and clinicians at Fred Hutch now. And of course, with the amazing community that we have, which includes all of y'all. So thank you.
Amazing. Thank you for the introductions. So something that we'd really love to keep track of over the multiple years now that we've supported Fred Hutch was to really see how multiple projects and whatnot have been advancing over the years. And so I'm curious to know now, what would you say are some of these any significant progress, any particular milestones that might have happened, like somewhat recently? I suppose, like in my case, what I mean somewhat recently, it could be, for example, within the past year or so. Anything that stands out to you in terms of work that has been done in the past year?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's so much. It's so hard to pick. We have, I want to say, over like 400 scientists at Fred Hutch, each of them working on their own, projects, their own passions, in all these different areas that you and Jackie both mentioned, vaccines and basic sciences and immunology and cancer prevention and so many different things. But I think, talking about really recent developments, something that has been coming up in conversation a lot, and I think is going to continue coming up in conversation, is a form of technology called a liquid biopsy. Have y'all heard of that before? Are you familiar with liquid biopsies?
No, so tell me more. What's that?
Yeah, they're super cool. So a biopsy is typically a sample of tissue. Oftentimes in the world of cancer, we think of a biopsy as a sample of the tumor. And we take that sample and we take it into the lab and we look for certain genetic signatures or other sort of molecular markers in that tumor that will allow us to help classify it and therefore allow us to treat it most effectively, right? To find a treatment that's the best for that specific kind of cancer for this specific patient. Now, that's really helpful. It's really important that we can correctly identify and classify a person's disease and treat it most effectively. But biopsies are often really invasive, especially if we're talking about a lung cancer or a pancreatic cancer, something that's in part of the body that isn't easily accessible, right? And so liquid biopsies are the idea of taking a sample of someone's blood and assessing DNA from the tumor that's in your blood, as well as other markers that might be in the body that can tell us about a person's disease, and using those markers, whether it's the genetic signatures in what we call circulating tumor DNA or cell-free DNA that's released out from the tumor into the bloodstream, as well as antibodies or autoantibodies or other kinds of proteins or even sugar molecules that we're, exploring, ways to learn about a person's cancer by looking at their blood. Does that make sense?
It does, yeah. And I think what I find especially fascinating with that is that it really tracks the trend that because with the conversations that we've had, for example, with Guppy over the past few years, is the idea that Fred Hutch really puts a lot of work in these sorts of treatments that are like non-invasive, as you yourself said. And so in this case, for example, doing it via blood samples, for example, in this case with the biopsy. And it's fascinating to see that this gets even more in progress with that, to see evolution in that.
100%. And it's all possible thanks to like the unique format we have at Fred Hutch, right? Where our scientists are constantly in communication, because this requires clinicians who understand their patients' needs and the disease progression from a patient perspective. It requires medical oncologists who are going to help design treatment plans, chemotherapy, immunology, immunotherapy. It requires our pathologists who identify and classify those diseases, our basic scientists who understand on a molecular level exactly how these treatments are working, exactly how these diseases are evolving. It requires our computational biologists and our computational folks who are able to analyze that data, put that data together, sort out from everything we're seeing in that blood, sort out what DNA is from the tumor, what DNA is from the person, what DNA in that tumor is changing, because we know that tumors are constantly evolving. So how is it changing? It's just so many different disciplines that one person can't possibly master, but we're so lucky to have this really unique environment that is unlike any academic or healthcare institution I've ever seen before or worked at, where you have this beautiful, genuine, sincere collaboration between folks from all different backgrounds that makes this, like you're saying, this constant progression, this constant moving forward possible. Yeah. It's sorry, I feel like I always become such a fangirl when I start talking about it, but I just think it's so, the research is constantly amazing me.
I mean, it is always amazing to hear about it. It's positive, like you love to hear about things progressing like in a positive direction in that regard, and all of that towards helping making patients' lives better through all of that.
Yeah. And one of the things that you said, sorry, I'll just quickly chime in too, is to say thank you to people, like you and all the supporters of Bingothon, because when we are passionate about this cutting edge, this leading edge research, that's the kind of research that sometimes is a bit riskier. And sometimes we have newer scientists, folks that don't have a lot of clout in the field yet because they're starting out, because they have these innovative ideas. And these ideas are sometimes less likely to get federal funding. And so having support from individual folks, from, charity streams and things like that is so essential to get this work up and running. And this work saves lives in so many ways. No research exists in a vacuum. Research that we do to help understand viruses can help treat cancer. For example, we have this partnership with the Uganda Cancer Institute, where we know that about 20%, so 1 in 5 of all cancer cases worldwide, are caused by KSHV, which is a certain kind of virus. And we have our immunologists and our virology folks and our basic scientists, all these people work together to create vaccines that can help prevent cancer. We already see that working in cervical cancer with the HPV vaccine, but now we can see it in other cancers as well. And I don't think that 50 years ago or 100 years ago, people would have even thought that was possible. And now we're seeing it worldwide, and it's so cool to see it here, happening with our Fred Hutch folks in international collaborations, kind of like this one,
Yeah, when you think about like the timeline of it all, of how things have progressed over these decades, you gotta wonder where will it be even further in the future. And I think you basically answered, partially answered like what I was gonna ask you next regarding, because you talked about how like projects like including Bingothon, but also lots of like, for example, other charity streams and other fundraising initiatives, how from what I understand, it can go towards research projects that don't necessarily get as much federal funding. Is that am I correct?
Yes. Yeah, so we get funding from a lot of different sources, but funding from individual folks and communities is so essential to nonprofits like that.
Yeah, and really just to jump in there as well, we often get funding from the government for more established research projects that, have been around for a while or have had a lot of clinical trials already. But oftentimes for these newer, more innovative ideas, they do require private support, just because the government isn't willing to kind of take that risk, while we have individuals who are helping us, with those more innovative ideas that might, we're not sure if they're going to work, we're not sure what's going to happen, but if they do, it could lead to an amazing discovery.
Yeah, that's why it's important to still have these sources of funding for these other projects that don't necessarily get that big funding.
Exactly.
It's good to hear. It's good to hear to really know that for all any events or any individual that's donating like that, to know that it's really helping fund all these projects, which could really lead to breakthroughs. That's really good. And I could go on forever, because among what you already talked, there's a few questions I wish I could ask, but I know you're a bit pressed for time, so I'll just see if I can move on, and I don't want to make you stick around for too long. One of the other questions I had before moving on towards the conclusion was regarding something I read about on headlines regarding Fred Hutch a few months ago, regarding the Cancer AI Alliance. And so I was curious to hear, so what's that about?
Yeah. No, well, like you, I also wish we could talk forever, because I have so many things I want to discuss. Poor, wonderful Jackie. When we were going to chat with y'all, she was like, is there any science you think would be fun to share? And I put together a list of like 100 different things. And she was like, so that's suggestive. Maybe pick your favorite. I was like, fair enough.
It's hard.
It's so hard, because like they're all so cool and they're all so different. But the Cancer AI Alliance is a really cool thing. Just kind of, like you said, again, leading edge, this brand new idea. So what this is this is an idea where we are joining with 3 other National Cancer Institute designated cancer centers. So like Jackie said, centers that have expertise in both research and patient care. And we've partnered with Dana-Farber Cancer Institute, Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center, and the Sidney Kimmel Comprehensive Cancer Center at Whitting School of Engineering at Johns Hopkins. And these 3 folks and Fred Hutch together make this sort of beautiful quartet of folks that are going to start sharing data in a unique way to preserve patient confidentiality while still allowing us to collect the kind of data and the amounts of data that we need to potentially make really amazing breakthroughs in therapeutics, in our understanding of cancer and human disease, and in new treatments and sort of understanding that biology. So Fred Hutch is the organizing center for this, and we're really lucky to have experience doing this with other initiatives like the Women's Health Initiative, where we've served as the coordinating center. But what we'll be doing is working with AI companies like AWS, Deloitte, Microsoft, NVIDIA, and Slalom, and these other research institutes to kind of put together this amazing alliance where we're going to be able to understand this data. So I guess kind of to back up, because it's such a big project and this is kind of like a pilot almost to see how we can do this safely and effectively. But when we think about healthcare data and the ways that we want to use AI to help us understand it and analyze it, the big first thing that we think about is patient confidentiality, right? That's really important. We have to make sure we're protecting folks' privacy. But also the amount of data we're going to get between these 4 institutes, not just the volume from the number of patients, but the complexity, right? There's electronic health records, there's pathology images, whole genome sequencing. There's a lot of data, different kinds of data. And so AI is going to help us have that computational power necessary to process all of that data. And by having all of this data, what we can hopefully do is get a large enough sample size that we're able to help folks even with rare diseases. So if you think about name a cancer that comes to mind for you. Any cancer.
Lung cancer?
Lung cancer. Absolutely, yes. Lung cancer, breast cancer, prostate cancer, colorectal cancer. These are some of the most common cancers, and they are absolutely essential that we find ways to cure these cancers, to treat them more effectively, to learn how these cancers work. And what's helpful about studies like these is they help us look at patients with these kinds of conditions across these 4 centers. They help us understand in a larger number of people how these diseases behave, which is helpful especially for even more rare cancers, right? Where the sample size is so small, and at one institution you might not have that many people with disease, so it's hard to understand what's a trend, what's unique to that person. But with a huge group like this, hopefully, especially for these folks with really rare conditions, with really rare cancers, we can get a large enough sample size that we're able to really start to understand patterns. We're able to really start making connections and see how we can help these folks more effectively in ways that we might not be able to without this sort of alliance. Does that all make sense?
It does, yeah. It's really fascinating to see how, the combination of of using AI to really be able to make more sense of all that data and use it then in such ways it can really help. I'm curious to see how that will progress over the next few years.
Yeah, me too. We're hoping to have our first insights by the end of 2025, so we'll see what happens.
Well, I'll make a note for Bingothon Winter 2025 to chat about that and see how are things looking by then. Because I think that launched just a few months ago, and I guess it's gonna take a bit of time to see how it progresses, but it's gonna be fascinating. Be fascinating.
Yeah, we've got a great group, but there's definitely going to be a learning curve, trying to figure out how can we do this, safely, effectively. It'll be a challenge, but I think it'll be a fun one and a really important one.
Yes, it will. So I see that technically my next question, but I think you've basically you've already gone through all of that. Just to conclude, I was going to say, are there any research developments that particularly excite you at the moment? But considering all of that we've gone through at the moment, I think I've got a bit of an idea about that. But I suppose, because I know you're a bit pressed for time now. We're technically a bit over time. Do you have any particular things you want to share with the folks watching and donating at home?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I will try and keep things succinct. But there's so much cool stuff. If you go to Fred Hutch's website and you look up like Hutch News, there's so many cool articles you can just click around and read. I think one thing I will just leave y'all with a little teaser, so you can go on Fred Hutch's website and sort of do some Googling, explore our work in this, is we're currently exploring the way that the microbiome, so all of the bacteria, fungi, viruses that live inside of your gut and are absolutely essential and healthy to your body and to your health, mental and physical, we're exploring the ways that the gut microbiome might play a role in colon cancer. So the ways that the genes that are expressed by the bacteria in your gut can influence your likelihood of developing colon cancer or the kind of colon cancer a person might have. So that's the last little tidbit I'll leave, that we're kind of exploring that interaction.
You know, I was almost expecting to hear Guppy burst into the room when you mentioned the microbiome, because from our conversation that we've had about the microbiome, I know he's very passionate about it. And just as you mentioned, in terms of the research that keeps going on with it, with colon cancer, as you just mentioned, it's a fascinating topic as well.
It is. It's very, very cool and very, very interesting. Yeah, we've got lots of stuff going on, but definitely Guppy is passionate about the microbiome, and so as his new hire, that was like the first thing that he was like, so you can care about whatever you want to care about, but the microbiome will be on that list. And I was like, absolutely yes, 110%. I care about it so much.
I'm not surprised to hear that. Yeah, it's but yeah, it's one of those things I never really thought about. Well, not extensively before, and then when Guppy talked about it for the first time, we're like, oh wow, it's really crazy, like how in depth that really goes, and to see that these projects keep going and we keep researching and it can potentially lead to even more breakthroughs. It's really great to hear.
Not just a trend, a real thing, a real cool thing. Yeah.
All right. I really do wish we could chat for longer. But as I said, we're already a bit late, and I know you yourself, Ellen, have to rush out in a bit.
Alas. Yes.
So I would just want to say thank you so much to both yourself and Jackie for coming on. Like to be live on stream, first for our shenanigans on Among Us, and now for indulging in this chat now afterwards. I really appreciate it. I'm sure we're gonna have a good weekend, and yeah, just thank you. Thank
You so much for all the work that you put into this and for your continual support of Fred Hutch. We appreciate this community so much. We're excited to see how the rest of the weekend goes. I know it's going to be a big success, so excited to see it. And thanks again for having us. It was so fun to play some games and chat a little bit.
Absolutely, 100%. Please let us know if there's ever any way we can be helpful. Chatting more about science, playing more Among Us, or I promise, now that I played Among Us, I have so much confidence. I feel like I can play any game. I feel like
Helen, you were sneaky good.
I can figure out another game on the computer.
Oh, we'll have to cook something up for next time. We'll have to.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I can practice.
Yeah, we will.
Thank you so much again. This has been really great, and thank you for everything you're doing. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. We'll mute ourselves now as the next run gets set up. So we'll see you guys in a few minutes with our next run, and I'll hand it over to the hosts. But thank you, everyone, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks all. Bye.